So a couple of years ago, around the time when I was around 15 years old, I remember it was the winter of 2022 and your little boy just went through a breakup, right? Now, it didn't really hurt as much because it was kind of anticipated, right? But I still felt devastated. So little me, because he wanted to go on this fucking arc, this winter arc, whatever arc you want to call it, I decided I'm gonna start lifting weights, right? I already did like push-ups for 1 month beforehand, but like I had some gains, but like barely any. I wasn't starting from downright zero. Although my bench PR was literally 40 kilograms, so not the biggest guy, right? But I remember after a few months of lifting weights, being consistent, I was watching a lot of fitness content, right? Trying to educate myself on that topic. And that's when I started to discover self-improvement videos. Now, it was around 2 years ago, and I remember Hamza was like, he wasn't getting started anymore. He was like actually getting viral for the first time. But I remember those were like the typical Jeffrey Adonis videos was the shit that I was up to, right? I was watching the level 1 kind of videos where it's like, Jeffrey's doing this, so Adonis it feels so stupid talking about that stuff, right? But I need to tell you, this is actually how I found out about self-improvement, right? And I started to take on these positive habits. I started to actually take action. You know, alongside lifting weights, I focused more about my grades, about my mental health. I started to learn about all these things like meditation, journaling, the basic stuff, right? All of the stuff that actually ended up helping me in the long term. But there was one advice that I haven't heard of at the time that I genuinely think I should have, because there is this one misconception on the internet that is flown out everywhere. The one thing everybody will tell you. I myself say that sometimes, but I am aware of how I say it. Stop focusing on yourself. You know how often people say, oh, you should focus on yourself, bro. It's all on you, king. Like, yeah, but you know what's also part of focusing on yourself? Focusing on how you behave around others. And that's something I never really paid much attention to. See, ever since I entered high school, so a year back when I was still 14, right? From that point on, I won't lie to you, I struggled to fit in. It was right after quarantine, and around that time, you know, all I did is just sit at home, play video games. So I lost most of that confidence I used to have back as a kid. So when I entered high school, shit kind of hit the fan, right? Because like I had very basic, boring conversation starters. All I could do really is just grab my phone, find a meme. Look at this funny ass meme, bro. I need to stop giving this advice because I say this too often, this example. But yeah, I struggled with socializing a lot, yet none of these videos really talked about that. Nobody really actually took the time to tell you that focusing on yourself is important. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and act like it's not, but the way you behave around other people, the way you speak to people you don't know, the way you speak to girls, that's on you. Because you're the one who's talking to these people. So it is focusing on yourself. But most people would just tell you that, oh yeah, I don't talk to girls. I'd rather just focus on myself. You know, I would just rather go to the gym 7 times a week and talk to nobody. Is that really gonna do any good for you? Think about that. Think about that, because you're gonna disagree with me here. You're definitely gonna disagree with me here on what I had to say, but I'm here. Sorry, my bad. I'm here to tell you the downright truth. Going to the gym is easy. Going to that boxing gym is easy. That shit's really not as hard as you think. Just because something is physically demanding does not mean that this task is difficult. Now, let's say that you are some 300-pound obese guy who struggles to move. Very offensive but realistic example, right? Not realistic in the sense that, okay, I'm not calling you fat, but just visualize this with me, okay? Imagine that you are fat. Let's just assume you are, and that you hate exercise. You hate moving around. Is going to the gym going to be as easy as it is for the skinny guy who's already been playing basketball for a few years beforehand, who's like already a bit mobile? No. You're doing the exact same task, the exact same exercises. Fuck it, you could be doing the exact same amount of kilograms on these exercises, yet the big guy's still gonna have a much harder time. Perhaps not with the kilograms, but you get the point, right? Not all tasks are made equally. And some of us are really not as socially confident as we think we are, right? As I said, I used to be an extroverted kid. I used to be really extroverted throughout the majority of my life when I was a kid. But as I hit puberty and I started to develop all these insecurities, these negative thoughts and all that shit, I started to lose that sense. My confidence started to get much more restricted. I wasn't able to access this confident version of myself because I was so restricted. I was holding on to these negative thoughts that were planted deep down, that it disallowed me to achieve my confidence. And I believe that this is what most people should be focusing on. For the majority of us, right? I'm not saying all of us, but for the majority of us, we are just so focused on the external. We focus on what we can see. Yet, if you were to ask most of the girls out there, they'd all tell you that the number one trait, the most confident, the most attractive trait in a guy is confidence. Can you see confidence? Can you touch confidence? Can you feel it? You can't feel it by touch, right? But you can feel its presence. Trust me. The modern generation needs to learn how to actually value the things that they can't see, the internal things. I know it's weird for me to say that because I'm 17. I'm part of the new generation. But when I look at what other guys are up to, when I look at all of these fucking the day oneers, when I look back to how I started self-improvement, it's the exact same, my friend. Just stop the nonsense. Stop with this, I'm focused on myself. This is downright fucking bullshit. I got friends who I know are gonna watch this. Not all of them, but some of them, right? I know people who are genuinely locked in on self-improvement, right? I'm talking waking up early, studying a shit ton, working out a shit ton. They're genuinely locked in on their goals. But they're just like so fucking awkward when we're around like other people. I genuinely don't mean to call anybody out because I'm speaking to multiple people here, of course. But it's just so like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I can tell these guys have their confidence deep down because when we're like on our own or like when we're in our friend groups and shit, like I can tell they can access this confidence very easily. But once they're actually in a scenario in which they don't feel as comfortable, when they're not as confident, they can't access that. Suddenly they're back to these restrictions that they had from beforehand. So please take this to heart. Just stop this gosh damn nonsense. This oh yeah, I'll focus on myself. You can focus on yourself, but as long as you realize that focusing on how you behave around others has an impact too. Because most of us don't have this natural click for speaking to girls. Some of us, we're just not as socially confident by nature. Some of us need to do a lot of work to actually unlock those chains, to actually get rid of these restrictions. And that's what you should be focusing on. It's self-improvement at the end of the day. You're meant to be improving things that need improvement. Not doing the easy tasks, right? Because the easy tasks are not the same for everybody. I've been lifting for 2 years and training boxing for a year. Pretty much over a year, yeah. You think that my workouts are as hard as they used to be anymore? On the mental, that is. No. I remember the first time I walked into the boxing gym, my legs were shivering, right? But now that I sport twice a week, I'm not afraid of getting hit in the face. I've done it multiple times, right? But when it comes down to other things, I don't know, what would be a good example from my perspective? Public speaking. Public speaking, honestly, I love speaking in front of a camera. I love speaking to groups of people, but I remember recently I gave out a presentation at school and I just felt so awkward. Like I couldn't access this confidence I have in front of a camera. Like I genuinely feel more comfortable like speaking to girls, speaking to strangers. I don't struggle at all with that anymore. I've done it so many times. When it comes down to speaking in a stage to a group of people, low-key, that is something I want to get more experience at because I like to imagine myself a few years from now, like already at, I'm kind of daydreaming right now, right? This isn't part of the video anymore, but fuck it. I like to daydream by myself a couple of years from now once I'll already have like an even bigger following. I don't know if that's what I really want, but I just really like to imagine myself giving these kinds of lectures on a massive stage. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, or if you don't know who I'm talking about, look up Tony Robbins. I forgot his name for a second. Look up Tony Robbins and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the kind of lifestyle I kind of want to live. Low-key. Okay, I'm 17, right? I shouldn't be making statements like this because my life barely even started. I really like to say that because I don't want you to see me as just this teenager who's like blinded from what the real world looks like. And I know the real world stuff. I know it's shit's difficult. And my plans will definitely change over time. Having this dream come true of just like teaching what I love teaching on stage on a massive scale, that would be kind of sick. Because I really enjoy YouTube, right? Sometimes, funny tasks turn to duties. Same for YouTube, right? There are phases or periods of time in which I won't lie to you, recording videos is annoying. Like when I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and record 2 videos before school, yeah, sometimes it does feel a little bit harsh, right? Or when I'm not in the mood to do that stuff. But man, at the end of the day, once everything's going my way, dude, I fucking love YouTube. Like right now, I've been yapping about some nonsense for 12 minutes straight. I'm having a blast, right? I don't even care. I kind of gone off topic. If you made it to this point of the video, then I suppose my storytelling and my speaking skills just kind of did the work for themselves, right? But yeah, thank you for making it all the way to this point of the video. For those who know, this is kind of like a tradition. Shout out to these Crocs. Like, this shit tight as hell, but we do this every single video. Let me pull up to my... No, why the fuck you running away? Like, why the fuck you running away, bro? Dude, every time we record and it's the end of the video, I'll tell you to comment the word cat. Like comment the word cat, guys. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm gonna take one more attempt because that bitch is running away too much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the spot she always sits at the end of my videos. Are you planning on calming down? Yeah, I'm gonna leave her alone. Shout out to my cat. Shout out to my cat. Shout out to my lovely Discord server. If you're looking for a community of people who have the exact same interests like you do and are actually looking to develop and become the best version of themselves, my Discord server is the place for that. You'll get dozens of opportunities, whether if that's... You'll get dozens of opportunities to talk to me, whether if that's through our Discord server, whether if that's for our weekly calls, whether if that's through even DMs. I usually respond, right? Trust me, you will have a blast joining there. Plus, one more thing, I've been working a lot behind the scenes. Trust me, shit's going down. You're not even ready for what's about to release soon. Trust me on that. I don't want to say too much, right? Because I'm far too excited, right? Shit. All right, I'm gonna put up all of these videos. Sometimes I was stuttering in this video. I know, like sorry for that, but yeah. Watch the videos, click the YouTube, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.